You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Michigan City Tree Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, it looks like it is time, so let's get here. I would like to call the Wednesday, August 3rd meeting of the Michigan City Tree Board to order. Roll call, please, Secretary.
Laura Henderson, here. James Melowitz.
Here.
Mary Nell Murphy, here. Paul Przbolinski. Clay Putnam.
Here.
Tim Werner.
Here.
Talia Tsigas.
Present.
Okay. Please autograph.
And we have more than enough for quorum.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
All right, did everybody get a chance to take a look at the minutes? Do we have any
Yes.
comments?
Yeah.
2 hours, that's all. I move to accept the minutes.
Okay, we have a move to accept. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor? Say aye.
Wait. There, yeah, look, it's a spelling error.
It's just, it's a typo, Foresters is
Yeah.
also.
Oh, okay. And
Also,
that-
they misspelled Jennifer
So,
Britton's name,
with-
but that's,
with the revised motion to correct the spelling error, do we all have an agreed motion update? All
Yes.
those-
Yes.
Okay, all those agreed, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The minutes pass. Thank you. All right. Secretary Treasurer's reports and claims for July.
Use your pen.
Yes.
I looked through it. Yeah.
Any comments?
I have questions. To whom are we paying employee benefits? Just asking, because this board is all volunteers, you get paid a stipend except for me, because I'm a city council member. I'm just curious where the employee benefits are going, or why they're needed.
good question.
And my second question is, so it's been a couple of months since we had those donations.
I had a question on that too.
And I don't know where to look for them, or, you know, so something has to be done, followed up to see like what happened to those donations that we put into the bank and into the controller's office, and then where
Yeah.
they ended up. So that's my only questions on it.
Good point.
I think in the past, one of the secretaries from City Hall was doing the, minutes or something. Maybe that's where that employee
be.
benefits came
Yeah.
from, but like right now,
Well, actually, Carrie Bailey is doing the minutes.
oh, she is?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would explain that.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think I'm okay with that now. So
Okay.
that's, I'll take that back, but where our deposit is, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Laura, can you follow up on that and
Yes.
report to us at the
Yes.
next meeting? Thank you.
The only other question I had is, so I see we have like $0 budgeted for almost everything. Office supplies, operating supplies, repair, maintenance, communication, transportation, printing, and advertising. Is that as expected, or do we need, I mean, especially so with like the logo and
Yeah,
things like that?
I'm
Can we
not sure,
get
but I think
budgeted?
that was probably something that would have been budgeted with our forester position. Is that probably?
I think also, yeah, it would be a real good idea, which we didn't do last year, to attend the budget meetings.
Right, especially the one that pertains to the tree.
Yes, and you have, and it's probably too soon to know when it's coming up.
We received a list of budget meetings for the rest of the
Okay.
year, but it doesn't say specifically which.
What subjects? Yeah.
But they will do that. I think they will split it up and say, these departments are gonna be covered this
Do you know
day.
when they start?
No,
Okay.
not really sure, but it's gonna be pretty soon. I think September, October for sure.
Could you, Dahlia, let us know when you get that information of when our particular interests will be discussed? Thank you. Okay, any other questions on the budget? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the monthly performance report?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, communications. Do we have any communications this?
Oh, we got a couple. Let's see. I got a letter, I think I sent it out, so people hopefully saw it, from Mark Daw, to whom it may concern, at one of this season's first weeks at the farmer's market, a group had a table set up where they were giving out free trees. I was told the group was the Michigan City Tree Board. I took half a dozen silver birch, must be, river birch, and 2 bald cypress. I'm happy to report all are growing. Thank you. One of the gentlemen told me you'd be back next year. I don't know what you do with the trees you can't give away, but if any are still available, is there a chance I could get 6 more bald cypress? Finally, somebody's after the bald
Oh
cypress.
my gosh, this guy, we love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, I'll
Come back
just
next year.
stop by your booth next spring. Thanks. So I called Laura Koch,
Okay,
you.
good. I
and
asked you to
she
follow up,
had
yeah.
about a dozen bald cypress and a dozen river birch, and I think a couple other things left. So I let Mark know, and hopefully he got them.
Good.
Super.
Great.
Very good.
Wonderful.
So
That is wonderful. Thank you for following up with Laura.
now
on
we
that.
probably should put on our tree board Facebook that there are still
some
a few
still
free trees
Available at Beachside Gardens, yep.
And it's okay to say then go to Beachside Gardens
Yes.
after them? Okay,
Yep.
I can do that if that's okay.
Yes, yes, please.
Yep. I also got a letter from Jen Birchfield in regards to our community application. Do you want me to bring that up later or not?
I think it's communication, I think just read it in the record.
Okay, this looks great, Laura, thanks. So we did send in our application. The steering committee will review applications in early August, and when I spoke to her, I found out the date is August 10th. And be in contact soon after that. A few questions I anticipate we might have. Have any residents already indicated interest in a tree for this fall? Are the locations on the map for residents who have already indicated interest?
Yes.
And were trees previously awarded to Michigan City for distribution to residents, all distributed and planted? So I told her that, yes, we had some indication and that those were on the map, and also that we were probably going to be at the farmers market again this month and expected to get some more, which she was fine with that.
Good,
Were the trees previously awarded? I said I was under the impression that they were given to the Parks Department to plant, but I don't know for sure.
This
You
is the
talking
same
about-
program from last fall,
We planted
right?
last
Yeah.
fall,
Planted
yeah.
those.
Yeah, all the trees were planted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had addresses in that last year for,
There were about 4 trees left over.
Mick took them.
Mick took them.
And those
he
went
was
to the
going
park department?
He said he was going to bring them to the park department.
can we verify that that happened?
I have not verified that.
Can you do that? Talk to Mick and see
I will talk to the
where?
parks department.
Yeah, okay, find out where they were planted, and we'll just have that in our record, that, yep,
Yeah.
here's some more.
Yeah.
Because what I want to do, I've got the list similar to the map I made for this year's,
Okay.
and I'm just going to go around and take a picture of all the locations, so we have that record to
Okay,
say, here's the trees that
super.
were planted last year, here's how
Oh.
they're doing, and I'll have a map like this, and I'll number each
So from
one.
last year?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
That's on my list to do this weekend, once all of my family finally go away for the summer.
If you
I love
wanna-
to see them, and I love to see them go.
If you want to farm some of that out, let me know.
You realize this is being televised.
Yes, they'll never see it, they live out of town.
Because one of those places is on my block. and
Yeah,
it's easy for me
so
to.
I've got the list, and I haven't quite made the map like this yet
Okay.
with those, and when I kind of have each individual one located, but I need to get them on one map, and then I'll
Okay.
just go through and number whatever, stage 1 through whatever, and then show it on the map like I did for our application, and say, here's the pictures. So hopefully I'll have that, well, I'll have it by next meeting. I'm gonna say
Okay.
that right now.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll fall through the cracks again.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you all right now, yes, I'll have it, and then I'll have to do it.
Can I ask a question? This is the same grant that we got last year?
Yes.
of-
Yes.
A grant of trees itself?
Yes.
And so that application's been made on?
Yes.
That's
Application
great.
was- yep.
Thank you for putting that together.
Yes, and thank you for, since I was out of town, thank you for getting that in, since I was down in Indy for that week, so.
And this application is still for the fall of
Yes.
22.
Yes.
Yep. It'll be just like last year, we'll get the trees awarded if we get the grant, so.
Well, and I guess the question is, logistically, Clay, your company was very instrumental
Yes.
in getting those holes dug last year. Is that something that is?
Yeah, we can participate.
Will you?
Fantastic,
I
thank you.
appreciate it, thank you.
That's great.
Yep.
is-
Okay, I have some more.
Very-
We'll make it happen one way or the other.
I have some more questions
No
about
sleep for that week.
Okay.
It might be me digging the holes, but.
that's a
I'll be there helping this time, I'm not gonna
That's a
bail on
big
everybody.
logistical part of this.
Well, yeah, it just makes it so much easier
Yeah.
to have the holes prepared.
I have some more questions about that. Should I save it for later or bring it up now?
I think let's bring it up now, because it was based on communications that we
Okay.
had, so.
Okay, last year we had like a trailer, an enclosed trailer that all the trees went into. What are we going to put the trees in this year? Somebody have a
Was
big
that
pickup
your trailer?
truck or? No,
That was
no.
mixed.
The cities?
It was mixed, it was the
Oh, it was
cities.
mix. It was the cities.
Either the cities or mixed, I'm not sure.
Mix.
And was that trailer then used to bring the trees to the locations where they were planted?
Yes. Yes,
And that was enclosed?
yes.
Okay. I don't recall that, but
Yeah, I wasn't
You didn't.
there during the planting, so I don't recall.
Because I assume, when they deliver, if we get the grant, of course, this is all assuming that, do they deliver the trees then to a particular location?
I
Or do we have to go
think,
get
I
them?
think we have to go and pick them up.
We have to go get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have time to inquire in the city if there's a truck or a vehicle available, a driver, like, we have some time to work on it.
Yeah, of course.
Once we get it. But yeah, we have to make a plan for tree pickup and then delivery to all the addresses.
Now, another thing, those trees are heavy.
Yeah.
And somebody
good size
has to
ball.
pick them up out of the truck and put them in the ground. I guarantee you it's not gonna be me. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Tim will do it.
Tim wants,
I will do two, and then I'll have to call the ambulance.
yes, exactly. Yeah, we don't want,
is there anyone within the city department that would be available to, a city department, I should
Well,
say?
they actually went around and helped water. So was it Vector Control or who was it that was
Probably.
coming
I think
in
it
water?
was.
Yeah, I remember
water
somebody
man followed
followed
along.
up, yeah, we kind of had a sequence of things, but
So if those sturdy people come, maybe they can
Yeah.
lift them out, yeah.
I've got to have a conversation with the mayor's chief of staff, Chris Yagelski, on some other matters, so I'll talk to Chris about how we can try to work this out without our forester being able to drive things forward, so. I'll chat with him later this week. Like I said, he was out today at a golf outing, and I'm going to be off on Friday, so hopefully I can catch him tomorrow.
I wonder if there's even an opportunity for a local Boy Scout or organization that may be able to participate.
Yeah, but the heavy lifting is kind of like, I don't think.
Well, but I mean, if it's a Boy Scout organization, you know, a lot of those guys are in their teens and,
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
They can help with planting of the
Yeah.
trees
They
too.
can get their tree badge or whatever.
Yeah.
They can get their hernias, yeah.
How do we locate the scout leader?
Yeah, again, let me talk with Chris Yagelski about that and see, because I'm sure there's been other programs like that the city has had scouting involved in, so I'll see what they do.
Excellent.
So Chris is gonna have to spend a lot of time with me. Any other communications at this point? Nope, hearing none, we'll move on to committee reports. Outreach, Laura, what do you have for us?
Let's see, your article inspired me to look up other articles. So, please. Being a master gardener, a former master gardener, I'm inclined towards Purdue. And especially I like it because it's specific to Indiana. So this is about
I can do this while you're
Okay.
talking.
tree installation process and practices.
Thank you.
There should be 3 papers piece. So,
Tim?
Thank you.
Jim?
Jim.
Should I share the other one with our guest?
sure.
You're welcome.
So this had some nice things, in addition to the article that you shared with me. It didn't have everything I'd like to see, but it did talk about how container-grown plants often have circling roots that need to be trimmed off. Horticulture lady is nodding her head. So, and of course it talks about location being very important, watering being very important. Another thing it talks about here, which I didn't see too much in that article, was the importance of not planting a tree too deep. Actually, it did have that.
Yeah, I remember
It was
reading
in
that.
there. But see, this,
Great.
I think that needs more explanation. I love this picture here.
Yeah,
And how many trees do you see that look like this?
yeah, not many, yeah.
Lots.
Yeah, well,
Because this
those are
is
in the
wrong.
ground, yeah.
This tree has been planted too deep.
Yep.
There is no visible root flare. It just goes straight in like a pole. But that's,
That keeps it from tipping over.
Nice little well for the water though.
Yeah.
so, then another thing, which I didn't learn from this article, but I learned it probably from a tree steward's class, was that you may need to scrape away some of the soil on the top of a potted plant because sometimes it's up too high. This may have been put in exactly like it came out of the pot,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So you may need to scrape away until you find the root flare. And that is at the top, or I think because your article said, a little bit higher than the top.
right, it runs up higher.
And that's what they said there. They told us to take the shovel and put it so that it's level and put it across the hole so you can see where the level is. And if in doubt, plant your tree higher, never lower. Because it will tend to rot if you plant it lower.
It would be good to have this when we give out trees.
That's what I was
Yes.
just gonna say, that we should have
Yeah.
copies of these and.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a bare root one also for
Oh,
the
right,
spring giveaway,
yes,
so
yeah.
that,
Yeah,
because it's really hard to see the root flare really, but just as long as you're above where they
The
start.
first roots come out, right?
But this is a good one for each household that gets it. This is great. I mean, I think, yeah. A little bit about care too.
Speaking of farmer's market, you know what we did in the past, when is our next farmer's market attendance? Do we have a date set?
I had suggested August 13th, but only because I can make it then. But, oh, wait, never mind.
I think you suggested the 20th.
Never mind, you can't.
Thank you. That's right.
The 20th will be problematic for me.
What date is good for you?
Maybe the 13th is better. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the 13th would be better for me. The 20th, I'd probably be bouncing back and forth.
Who else can make it on the
I
13th?
better look right now before I commit.
It looks good to me.
Yeah,
make it on the 20th?
I'm available the 30th or the 20th right now, so
The 13th?
13th or 20th, so whichever Saturday.
It sounds like 13th that works for you.
Neither?
I cannot.
No, Saturdays I'm working.
And you're done anyway.
Yeah.
Think
Well,
it's good?
You're welcome to come visit our
I
table.
know. Well, maybe as I'm driving by in a truck, I'll see somebody.
And what time do you guys go?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, 8 till noon. I'll be there the whole time, so if anybody else needs to come and go, that's fine.
And do you want more seedlings?
They went,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, they went. I
Certainly
think
the
we only had a
redbuds
couple left,
went
yeah.
like-
Yeah, the redbuds went very fast.
Yeah.
I have lots.
Well, Dahlia brought a bunch of seedlings she just dug up in her yard.
I was just weeding a tiny area.
Oh, is that right?
Instead of just pulling them
Throwing them
out,
out,
put them in
yeah.
a little cup, so.
And what were they?
Red oak and redbud,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay.
They were all, just about this big.
Okay, yeah.
The one redbud was a pretty good size.
Yeah, I
It had a lot of
have
branches
other
on it.
ones that are like big, big.
Pushing out already.
Wow.
Jelly, I've got a long table like this size that we put things on that you could pick up at my place, but I'm not able to make.
I think I have a table too. I don't want you a table, but I remember you promised me, I think, those little containers, so we have to talk about that.
Oh, okay,
We have
yeah.
extra,
Yep.
I mean, I'm saving
Yeah.
all my yogurt containers, cottage cheese and sour cream, like, just like something to, I can take them home.
But I think I've got
Yeah.
good, potted plant ones, so.
Alright.
I've got a long table I'll bring since I got the pickup.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll bring
Super.
that
I
table.
won't worry about that.
Yeah.
All right.
And someone's gotta take that.
Yes.
Well, you're
You-
going, right?
Yeah, Laura will have it. so.
And someone, if you all want to take the Tree City flag too. Someone can take that tonight. I'll give that to you and then you can just,
I'm trying to think of how we manage that.
well, if you have it, last time I think someone put on the back of a pickup.
Do we need grommets to put into that so that we can zip line places or no?
Yeah, it's got it only on one side, like, a flag on a pole.
Alright, something.
I've got some stretchy ties. We'll figure out something.
Okay.
But I'll take that with me tonight.
Okay,
And
super.
then I'll bring them along. So what date did we settle on?
The 13th.
13th, okay. August 13th, and that's, we're fine with the farmer's market having
Yes.
that short of notice?
I contacted them and they said, well, since you're with the city, you don't have to fill out the form and
Okay, so we can just
Show up.
and take over.
that's correct.
Very good. And then what I will do is I'll make a bunch of copies of this to bring with us for that meeting, or for our farmer's market meeting on the 13th. All right. Anything else, Laura, under committee reports? Okay, and we talked about the community tree grant, so we hopefully will hear August 10th, correct?
Well, that's when they
That's what our
call.
meeting I'm
It'll
talking
be
about.
after that.
Okay.
Just a point, like the Arbor Day, just a reminder, when you talk to Mr. Yagowski, maybe you could talk about the property.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I probably would have forgotten that. Okay. Talked about getting our monies that we've had donated shown on our report, so we'll get that taken care of. All right, I guess that takes us to old business, unless I'm jumping ahead.
Well, I'll mention, I don't have a lot more information on Tree City designation with the signage and placement. I
We
know,
were supposed to go, but it didn't work out for us, but yes.
right, we've been out of town, I know, back and forth, so we can get together on that. Hopefully, the Tree City signage can be located in the city hall somewhere, and then I will bring in the,
Where's
yeah.
the wood? Yeah.
Bring in the Bird Town signs, which I want to hold back on until we locate the Tree City signs.
Okay,
Okay.
so you will follow up on that?
Definitely.
Okay.
When we come up August 13th to the farmer's market.
Farmer's
If
market,
more
yes.
people want to sign up for trees this fall, will we take their names?
Yes.
So we'll just establish a waiting list, because in case something falls
Yeah.
through,
Right.
like remember
Good
that
idea.
one person
Yeah.
couldn't do it because of utilities?
Yep.
So if something falls through, that we'll have a backup.
How many trees did you ask for?
We asked for 25 again this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And right now we had, what, 15
Yeah.
different locations, I think, so we do have more trees than we have locations for so far, so we could certainly get more names and see if there's some of these current locations we can't plant. The 720 Franklin Street, that may be an issue, I'm not sure, but things like that. 607 Franklin Street as well, so those two addresses I hadn't looked at yet to see if there's a current tree there or not.
So, or even if there's space.
Space, right.
We need to have a backup plan too, if there are trees left over this year, so that they all get planted at the same time. I think like, a designated park area or something.
And that's a good point, because that was one thing I was gonna do, was talk with the park department and see if they have locations for trees. I know I just heard today at the, I think it might even been at the Swag, that there were some dead trees at a park somewhere. Wasn't that mentioned?
Yeah, I don't know, but the Singing Sands Trail definitely needs trees, so, and that's park department.
And if we could get a Boy Scout troop involved in this, that would be tremendous, yeah.
And maybe one of the trees can go to the Girl Scout troop to replace the one.
Yeah.
The one by Elston,
Did
yeah.
that not make it?
That-
It looked really bad as it was being planted, and then we had a severe drought.
What was it? What tree
I
was it?
can't even remember what it was.
Red oak.
Well, Girl Scouts can
I guess
participate in
bears
this too.
too.
Absolutely.
Just scouts
Well, the
in
Girl
general.
Scouts may be with the Boy Scouts now. I don't know
Yeah.
what's,
No, not yet, not
It's
yet.
separate.
not yet? Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that's all part of my discussion with Mr. Yagelski, so. All right, old business, forester arborist job, we've kind of beaten that to death already, but we've got another possibility here that I'll look into with this International Society of Arboriculture. Clay indicated that it was a membership, but we've got it in the Indiana chapter now, correct?
Correct, but you may want to follow up. So I contacted them, I don't know, it was mid-June that I had contacted them, emailed them the job description, and they said they were going to place it on their website. I also reached out to Purdue, Michigan State, and Ohio State in email form, asking if there was an availability to post the job, and I never got a response from any of them.
That's crazy, because those people, I would think, would really,
Yeah.
that's like a perfect forum to put a job like this out.
It could be
People coming out
that
of
whoever is in charge of that department is
Going for the
gone for
summer?
the summer, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Or they don't have anybody in place because everybody's got jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so low unemployment now. You know how hard it is to
Oh,
find
yeah.
somebody. Yeah, we know how hard it is at INDOT, so, yeah.
Well, maybe now that we're heading toward the end of summer, I think that might be a time for at universities and other people's
Yeah.
moving,
And it's-
turnover.
In the Arborist Association also, they have chapters not only in Indiana, but like Illinois, Ohio, Michigan.
Sure,
Adjoining states might be relevant to us too.
Possibly, yeah.
yeah.
That I did not look
Not that
into.
far.
Have you had a chance to go look at the website of this ISAHarbor.com to see if there's a way for you, if we're not a member, to see if that ad is in there?
I did not.
Yeah, I wonder if there is, if you're not a member, if you can actually get to the
I
site.
don't know the answer to that. Well, I know I've been on their site. I just don't recall.
If you can get that far
Correct.
into it,
If
right?
there's access without being a member.
I'll take a look too and see if I can find that.
Yeah, I just have a site up here, let me look.
Yep.
I was also talking to the soil and whatever, soil and
So
water
Water
management
Conservation
people.
District, yeah.
And Nicole Metzgar just left there, and they've been looking for a replacement. And when they boosted their ad on Facebook, they got several applications. So maybe we want to try that.
Well, I think we have to pay for that, and I see
Yes, we
no
do.
money
Yeah.
in the
Pay for
Yes,
budget.
we do.
Yeah. Because I
don't
have,
think it's huge.
I don't think it's huge. I'll look into what it is.
Yeah.
It's under, we could just do it under other services. I mean,
Okay.
That seems broad.
Yeah.
It is broad.
It is pretty
And
broad.
hopefully it'll only be like $100 or
We'll
less.
check, but, you know, oh yeah, we'll probably. will.
So if it's $100 or less, it's okay for me to go on and,
I would say it's services and charges, and we have the membership and dues and charges education. It's,
okay.
we're looking for someone who's educated. Is that a stretch?
So I have a little additional information. The person that I spoke with is Lindsay Purcell, Purcell, at the indianaarborist.org. Indiana-arborist.org. And that was on, I sent her the job description on June 10th.
And what organization was that, Clint?
That's indianaarborist.org.
Their association, okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at their website right here.
Super sound. All right. Thank you. Okay. Any other old business? Any other old business? Old business, hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Tree board logo. I think we had talked about that the last time, and we have this nice example here. Was there more discussions? We had talked about having it on buttons or things like that, but again, we need budget to do that. Is that something that you think we could possibly use these other services and charges to, Dahlia?
I don't know, I think we need to investigate that. I think we just check the
That's
controller's office.
another thing to talk to Chris Yagelski about.
Or the controller's
Or the
office as well.
controllers, or, yeah.
Or the
If you
forester.
inquire about that money, maybe you can ask, you know, what we can spend it up to. I'm sure it's in our ordinance, so we probably should bring that with us. Might be,
So Laura, you will follow up on that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maintaining a list, I talked about that, so we're starting that, so I'll keep a list of our locations for new trees and have a spreadsheet, have a map, and then have individual pictures, hopefully, and that's how we'll do it in the future. I think that will be very helpful for the
Yes.
board in the future too, to keep tabs on what we've done, so
Yes.
moving forward, okay?
Terrific.
We talked a little bit about the Girl Scout tree planting, so we'll talk to them about possibly replacing their,
Yeah, and I did kind of send a communication back and I said maybe, you know, either this fall or next Arbor Day, a tree may, you know, we could see about getting a tree available, and I got a thumbs up back.
yeah, this,
That's all.
it may be one of the community trees that we get they
Yeah, yeah.
can
Super.
take, so. And farmer's market table, we talked about that coming up on August 13th, and we'll continue that monthly throughout the
September and
rest of the year,
October.
October, yep.
Okay.
All right. Any other new business? New business? New business, hearing none, we'll move to comments from the board. Clay, since
I
you
have
had
a
some
comment.
announcement.
Yeah, unfortunately, this will be my last meeting.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's with regret, not only because I'm going to have to step down from the board, but also it's a result of just work schedule. We are so shorthanded that all hands are needed on deck, and I just can't provide the time that's, I feel, is due the board. And so I think it's best that I just step away.
Very sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
but with best of luck to you.
Yes.
Appreciate the opportunity. I enjoyed participating. And yeah, the tree planting this fall will definitely continue to
Well,
participate.
thank you.
Yes.
That's huge.
That is very huge, so well, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your help in the past.
You're welcome. Sorry my tenure was so short. Matter of fact,
But well appreciated.
this
Very well
is
appreciated.
my 1 year meeting.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you'll always be a supporter.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You can always come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Watch us on TV.
yeah, send us some staff and I'll be back glad
Yeah.
to come back. It's well worth the trade-off.
Like, as you find an arborist for us, we'll find you staff.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, if you can find us an arborist, I might be willing to throw one of our in-depth guys your way, a field guy. You can make more money over with you. I won't tell him that right away. But
I can't believe that per diem wouldn't keep you on the board.
It was a hard decision.
just kick you to the next tax bracket. Well, certainly we appreciate your work with us, and it was a
Yes.
pleasure having you.
Thank you.
All right, Dahlia, do you have any board member comments?
I do not.
Okay. Laura? Mary?
No.
James?
I do not.
And I'm without word as well, so at that, we'll move on to public comments. Yes, introduce yourself, address, and
I'm Dominic Yankee. I live at 904 Willow Spring Drive, Michigan City. So on the city's community drive, I saw that Excel sheet with all the trees that are in the city with the coordinates and everything. And excluding stumps, there's 7,185 trees. And of those, 715 are invasive.
Excuse me, 1 second. Where can we get access to that database? Is that my question? Who has access to
I
it?
could share it with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would be
where-
helpful.
where did you get it?
No. Yeah, I don't know how you got it, but that's great.
So park
Yeah.
department and most city employees have access to it.
Okay.
So that's how I have
Ah.
access.
And how is it that you had such an acute interest in this to research?
Oh, because I found that you were interested in finding an arborist, and I was interested in that.
Okay.
And of those invasive trees, 242 are Bradford pears,
Yeah.
82 are tree of heaven,
oh my gosh.
Those are weeds.
No, we
Yeah,
didn't
those are
plant
weeds.
them.
No, we didn't plant those.
170 are white mulberry, and then 221 are Norway maple. And the Bradford pears, on top of having horrible smelling flowers that smell like rotting fish, they also are prone to a weak limb structure.
Yes.
Right.
That makes them prone to breaking in storms
Yep.
and high winds. And actually, just today, when we had that storm,
Oh,
they're planted all across the front of City Hall. There's
Yes,
like
they are.
6 or 7 of them.
yep.
And
Okay.
right in front of City Hall, a giant branch broke off of the tree.
I saw lots of branches that would
I did not know that.
Oh, that's a great picture.
And I park about 30
Oh,
Have
my.
him send them to
Really,
Tim.
you
Just put that in there. It's like, yeah, we need
Yeah,
help
Tim-
to get rid of these.
feet. Tim knows about the broken branch.
Yes. Yeah.
But I park about 30 feet away from that.
Wow.
And if it would have fell in a different direction, it would have fell on the sidewalk. And those trees are just really dangerous.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
Right now I'm in, well, not in the summer, but during the school year I'm at Valparaiso University.
Okay.
And right now I'm with the park department. I'm the summer intern,
And
Under Ed Shed.
what are you studying at Valpo?
biology and Spanish.
And you're interning at the park department here? Okay.
Yeah, you came by our table at the last farmer's
remember
market,
now,
last
yeah.
conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
So, no, I appreciate that information, and yeah, if you could send us the link, that would be great.
Oh, and also,
Dahlia can probably get
whoever
that.
you end up hiring, even if it's not me, I hope that you'll make sure that they take care of this problem.
Did you get your application in? Because I
Yes, I
talked to you
did.
about that.
Did you
Okay.
receive it?
We have not seen any applications, so.
I would encourage you
Sent
to
directly
apply.
to the tree board. Those
Yeah.
are sent to the mayor's office, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Human resources.
Or human resources.
I know they had my application because their personnel director looked it over,
Okay.
even though she's not the one who makes any decisions.
But you could also send it to
Direct to,
Tim as
yeah,
the president.
President of the tree board, yeah.
Do you have your email?
You can send it timothydwerner@hotmail.com, all one word.
Absolutely.
TimothyDwerner. hotmail.com.
How do you spell the last name again?
WERNER.
And so it's Timothy
D. Warner.
Werner
Timothy D?
Yep, Timothy D.
Warner?
at Hotmail.
Hotmail.com. Yep.
What are you doing as an intern this summer?
I do a little bit of everything. So last summer I worked on the rock garden. I organized volunteers from Opportunity Enterprises, and we just weeded the rock garden, and then we planted plants and mulched to maintain it. This year and last year I've worked on getting rip current flyers made for the swimmers at the beach because we've had a lot of drownings. Just today with that storm that helped
coming in,
clean up
yeah.
along Lakeshore Drive, there were these branches that fell into the street and were obstructing traffic. So I helped break off the smaller branches off of the giant one, threw them into the woods, and then I had help from one person who had stopped, and we pulled the
There's
big
the road
branches
off.
off the street. And then park maintenance also helped with the other ones with actual tools.
When do you plan to graduate?
May 2023.
Okay.
In a
Next
year. Yeah.
Okay.
But if I were to get the position, or if you would consider me for the position, I could just take like 6 credits and take night classes for spring and do the job during the daytime.
Yeah, I think I mentioned at the farmer's market when you came up that the position requires a degree, the way the advertisement is right now. So I think I said, hopefully we get it
Also,
filled by the time you graduate, but maybe not.
Because on the city's website, it's different from yours on Facebook.
I copied it from the city's website unless they've updated it since then.
So the city's website says plant experience or supervising experience. I can pull it up.
That's okay, that's okay. I'll check on that.
And on
Thank-
yours, it says, I think yours says degree.
Yeah.
Both of them say degree.
Well, I took what Chris
Yeah,
had.
because that's what it's been.
And
But on
then
your guys,
Yeah,
it says
the previous
2 years of
advertisement
experience, I
required
think, right?
a degree, yeah.
I thought I remember seeing something or equivalent, like, do you remember those terms like that?
Right, right.
Yeah, okay.
I think yours said 2 years of experience or something.
Well, if we have no applicants, and we have someone here, and maybe they'll overlook it.
Yeah, like I said, I'll follow up with Chris Yagelski, the mayor's chief of staff, and see, because he's been the one that's been presenting applications that at least make it through the first scrutiny of applicability, so.
I'm sure we could also discuss hiring contingent on finishing the degree
right.
and, or some such arrangement as that could be considered.
And I'm really close to finishing the degree. I only need one more biology class,
All right.
so.
Well, yeah, I think a little flexibility would go a long
And
way
a
with something
calculus
like
class.
that.
but-
Well, since we've been having such difficulty, yes, I agree.
Uh-huh.
So,
That's great.
I appreciate it
Thank you for the
Yeah.
information.
very much, so thank you
Say your name
for,
one more time?
Dominic Yankee,
Dominic,
Nice
thank
to
you
meet
for
you.
coming.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me. And I do have quite a bit of experience too, because I helped construct and maintain trails at Krieger. The bird trail, bird habitat trail, the forest trail, and the butterfly garden that was constructed around a storm drain that filtered runoff. And also the prairie in the back of the school. And I also was on the environmental restoration team at the high school for 4 years. And that involved invasive and native, removing invasives and planting native species and tree planting.
yeah, and is all that updated information in your resume?
It is.
Okay, great. So when you get your application back to me at that address, be sure to include the resume as well.
I will.
I'll get it distributed amongst all of us, and we'll take it from there at our next meeting. All right, any other public comments? Any other public comments? Any other public comments? Hearing none. Ask for, let's see, our next meeting is September 7th, 2022, right here in this building, 6:30 PM. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I do.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President.